In today's episode, I wanted to talk about an experience that I've always wanted to do and managed to get round to doing it last year in 2018, and that is swim with whale sharks. Whale sharks can be found in tropical open waters, and that's why I decided to go to Mexico in the Yucatan Peninsula to go see these amazing creatures. Luckily, before my trip, I met up with whale shark scientist Simon J. Pierce, who takes some amazing photos and has set up an amazing organization to help research and understand more about these amazing animals. So go check them out in the description below. He recommended I go with Encounters Mexico, which is run by a guy called Bana. For his trips, he takes his boat from Cancun, Mexico, so I decided to stay in that local area so I could get picked up. But he also lives in Playa del Carmen, so if you're staying down there, you can pick up a trip with him and I'll take a bus into Cancun and catch the boat from there. Other options are you can take trips from Holbox or Isla Mujeres. But I wanted to go with someone I trusted and knew that they would take care of the animals and be mindful of their safety. On these tours, the companies provide an array of equipment from mask to snorkel to fins, wetsuit, buoyancy aid, food, refreshments. The only things that you need to bring are your swimsuit or swimming trunks, your towel, some sunscreen, which has to be reef safe, and more importantly, a camera to capture these moments. For me, I brought my own equipment. So I brought my own mask, snorkel, wetsuit, fins, because I just knew I felt comfortable with them. And in that type of environment, you want to have things that you know best, because there's nothing worse than jumping in the ocean, your mask's leaking, you've got water coming in through your snorkel. So one tip I would recommend is practice with a snorkel and mask before you do anything like this. It's so important and it will benefit you so much more and enjoy the experience a lot better. Also, I went with a wetsuit, a 2mm wetsuit with long sleeves and shorties, which I kind of wish I had longer legs because it would protect you from the sun more. But the reason I went with a wetsuit rather than the buoyancy aid is because you got more freedom of movement. And that's where you have to question yourself, do I feel comfortable just being in a wetsuit, or would I feel comfortable wearing a life jacket? Also, bring in your own fins. You know, these are fast animals, you know, they got one swipe of their massive tails and they've gone, you know. So I brought my own fins. If it were up to me, I probably would have brought my long freediving fins, but I brought some snorkeling fins, which did the job, but I felt comfortable in, I knew they fit me properly. If you can and have the time, do bring your own fins. Another tip, seasick tablets. I thought I wasn't seasick, but I took one tablet on my first trip, and at one point I thought I was definitely gonna be seasick, but I managed to rein it in and just drink some fizzy drinks and just look out into the ocean and try and take my mind off of it. Because where you're sitting in the ocean waiting for these whale sharks, it's very bouncy with the waves, so there's a lot of rocking motion. It's not so bad going out there, it's just when you're stationary and the sea is like this and you're just, you know, on my second trip there were people being seasick and it's just not the best feeling. So definitely, even if you're not, do it. Take seasick tablets. All in all, this was an amazing experience and I just want to do it all over again. I would happily fly back to Mexico, go jump in the ocean and do it all over again. I could have spent 5 days out of water just swimming them, but you know, I had to be restrictive and I only managed to book 2 days, which I'd still recommend doing 2 if you really want to capture the moments. If you're not too fussed about filming or taking photos, etc., then maybe 1 day will be good enough for you, but I just wanted that guarantee that I'd get really nice shots of these beautiful creatures and try and help inspire you to look after them and preserve them later in the future for our future generations to come. I hope you enjoyed today's episode as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions or want to ask any tips, then do comment below. And subscribe to this channel if you want to follow along, and you can catch me on Dan Escapes on Instagram. And I'll see you in the next one.